If the floor head on your Vax blade has stopped working, today we're going to see if we can fix it ourselves. In the first part of the video, I'm just going to quickly cover if the light is on yours but the brush bar motor isn't spinning. Then, for the second part of the video, if you haven't got any lights at all or it's becoming intermittent when you tilt it, then skip to this part of the video now. If the light on the front of the tool is on, it shows that you have power, which is a good thing. It's likely that hair has got caught up in the cog or in the brush bar. To check, we remove the brush bar and then inside you'll see the cog that drives it. If there's hair caught up in that, you can undo the screw, take the cog off and untangle any hair that's round it, then replace the cog. A good maintenance thing anyway is to always make sure that you cut the hair from the brush bar. A good way of doing this is get a sharp pair of scissors and you run the scissors along the ridge on the brush bar. Then turn it and there's another ridge that goes around the other side of the brushes if you like. So run the scissors across that and cutting away all the hair, and then you can quite easily pull all the hair off. This will cure 90% of problems where the lights are on but the brush bar isn't turning. For the other 10%, it probably means that the motor's gone faulty inside the floor tool. Sadly, this means the best way to go about it is to go out and buy a new floor tool. If the lights aren't coming on your floor tool, or sometimes it goes on and off as you tilt it, then this is the part for you. It means that you've got a broken wire inside. It's the most common problem that I see on these floor tools. So we're going to have to take it apart, but it's not as daunting as it sounds. You need a crosshead screwdriver, and we're going to start by removing the brush bar, and then each end cap has got 3 screws on it. They're easy to see. You undo those and take each end off. Then underneath, again, really easy to see, there's 4 screws along the back and then 2 screws right at the back. We're going to take them off, and then hidden away from plain sight underneath this front cover, you just need to prise this up. It's a bit of a scary part, but it's okay. There's 2 screws under there. Going to undo those, and then once that's done, we can just lift the top cover off. Inside here you'll see the little motor, small circuit board, and you've got the wires that go to the stem. Now these are very common for breaking. If you've got a multimeter, you can actually just take the circuit board out and test each connection to see which wire is broken. But don't worry if you haven't, because normally you can see it with your eyes. The most common place for them to fail is actually on the joint here, or if you turn the floor tool around on the back and undo these 3 screws, where it pivots, they sometimes break here if you see this wire is broken here. Now these are a bit awkward to repair if there's not much wire on the end. If you've got a soldering iron, then that's brilliant. You can obviously solder the wires together. I actually use a new bit of wire and just thread it through the entire thing. If you haven't got a soldering iron, it's not the end of the world, but what you need to do is take a little bit of the insulation off each end of the wire and we're going to twist them together. Now, it's going to put a little bit of strain on there, but if you put plenty of tape around it, it should last for quite a long time. Obviously, the best thing to do is to put the new piece of wire in, so you've got a new piece of wire, it's not putting strain on the same joint that you've just repaired. In a nutshell, we're just repairing a broken wire with the best tools that we have to hand. Once you've repaired the wire, just quickly test your floor tool. Obviously keep your hands out of the way. We're just going to put the floor tool onto the vacuum cleaner and just test it without the cover on, just to make sure that the motor's spinning round and the light's springing to life. So that's just to test it before you go through the rigmarole of putting it all back together again. If everything is fine, then you just need to put it all back together in the reverse order. We put the cover on top, or the screws in the bottom, and then we need to put the very top, well, the screws in the top of the top cover. And then we need to put the cover on top of that. There's a lot of covers involved. Then the end covers, even more covers. We're going to put them on, screw them in, and then we're going to put the brush bar back in, and we're going to go and vacuum the whole house to celebrate our success. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. This next one is if you've got poor suction on your Vax. Now it's a different model, but the theory is the same. It's going to show you how to find the blockage and also how to clean your filters.